Good day, and welcome to UPS Supply Chain Solutions Virtual Connect. My name is Todd Snyder, and I'm the Vice President of Global Healthcare Solutions and Operations. My team is responsible for developing end-to-end custom and configurable solutions for healthcare customers, including distribution, all modes of transportation, and necessary support services like cold chain packaging, asset tracking, as well as our global command center that monitors and protects our most urgent healthcare shipments. Most recently, my team and I have been one of the groups on point with the U.S. government and governments around the globe, manufacturers and distributors on COVID vaccine and kit distribution. We have successfully delivered over 1.3 billion COVID vaccine doses and over 700 million COVID test kits. Joining me today are two panelists. First, Joey Hanson, Healthcare Segment Manager, UPS Supply Chain Solutions, responsible for global freight forwarding and healthcare operations. Also joining us is John O'Sullivan, Enterprise Account Sales, UPS Healthcare. John is located in the UK. Our topic today is post-pandemic healthcare logistics and innovation. As we continue to shift out of the pandemic, it's important to leverage the things that we learned over the past few years, as well as refine those innovations that optimize end-to-end capabilities for our customers. As UPSers dedicated to healthcare, we're passionate about connecting innovators with each other with the end goal of delivering what matters and optimal patient outcomes, even if they must be reached in remote villages of developing countries. We anticipate today's discussion will give everyone a peek into some of the innovative solutions and capabilities we have designed and executed on for our healthcare customers. So let's jump into the questions with Joey and John. My first question is for Joey. UPS on-time performance has been an impressive 99.6% for vaccines and other cold chain shipments. Why is this important for our healthcare customers, and what is UPS doing to maintain this level of performance?
So thank you, Todd. So 99.6 was for vaccine shipments, of course, and it's important to our customers to have medications or devices when they need them. With the vaccines, we had nurses, doctors, patients really lined up waiting for those vaccines to arrive in country. So it was important to get those vaccines there on time. Med devices, we've got doctors, nurses, hospitals, surgery scheduled. It's important to get those devices there on time. With the vaccines, 517 million delivered to date by global freight forwarding, over 4,700 flights to 112 unique destinations. So really amazing with what we were able to do, amazing with the on-time performance, just with some of the challenging destinations that we were going to move these vaccines to. And again, that's really attributed to the program that we have. We treat pharmaceuticals and vaccine shipments and healthcare shipments differently than we treat other shipments within our forwarding network.
Hey Joey, just a follow-up question to this. How are our customers reacting to this performance?
So our customers are obviously pleased with the on-time performance, especially with the vaccines. It's allowed us to open other doors for other segments of business with those clients and customers. And our customers expect 100% on-time performance. But we work with them to set realistic expectations on time and transit, especially in this market. I think post-pandemic, obviously, time and transits have increased. You've got challenges around the world as really, COVID breaks out in different countries, creates labor shortages, creates capacity shortages. So we're able to work with our clients, set realistic transportation expectations, so that we can really manage their capacity and match that to the market capacity that's out there. We are working to add long-term freight forwarding charters in certain markets where we need additional capacity. In May of this year, we've got a charter going up. It'll be a long-term charter for 3 years from Asia to the US and US to Asia, multiple rotations per week. And again, that helps us to service our customers. It helps us to provide reliable service. And again, those charters are going to be for healthcare and non-healthcare goods, but we want to fill them up with as much healthcare as possible.
Great, thank you, Joey. So moving on to our next question, John, this question will be for you. Humanitarian efforts, a big topic lately. Is UPS working on humanitarian shipments?
Yes, we are, Todd, and it takes, humanitarian efforts from UPS are working alongside of COVAX for our vaccine, for the vaccine distribution, as well as UNICEF, US government, and the European government. What are we doing? Well, we're collating shipments from different COVID-19 suppliers, and we're getting it to, as Joey mentioned on the previous question, to some not so populated countries or not so fortunate countries as our own for distribution. It happens on a regular basis. We're not doing it daily, but we're doing it 2 or 3 times a week on a humanitarian basis. And it can, it kind of comes up at the drop of a hat, where we may need to get to an African country quite quickly because because of the temperature of the vaccines, and B, they have to be in the patient's arm within 3 or 4 days from once it's manufactured. So yeah, a very, very important part of our humanitarian efforts.
Great, thank you, John. So next question back over to you, Joey. Sustainability. Customers want to reduce their carbon footprint. What can UPS cold chain packaging do to achieve this?
Yes, we're starting to see really with more and more RFPs, RFQs. Traditionally we saw procurement, we saw quality, we saw transportation involved with that. We're starting to see sustainability officers now come in and be a part of those negotiations and really a part of all our bids and RFPs. We've got more and more customers asking for green packaging, asking for ways to reduce their carbon footprint. Again, we've got a group of engineers, of packaging engineers, that can sit down and work with our customers. We can take a look at what you're using to ship today, and then look at what we can maybe move you into or change to look at more green ways of shipping. We really try to avoid dry ice, styrofoam, non-recyclable materials, and try to focus on reusable containers or containers that are made of recyclable materials or materials that can be recycled.
Okay, thank you, Joey. Can you describe temperature control packaging?
Sure. So UPS is able to again consult with clients, understand your packaging needs, and we've got really different types of packaging that's available out there. So all the active, semi-active containers that are available in the marketplace, we can certainly offer leases on those containers. Obviously very green, they can be reused. We can offer short-term or long-term leases with those devices, either through UPS or through our airline partners. And that would be your Envirotainers, your C-Safes, your Dokosh containers out there, as well as the PCM containers. So Vacutech, Pelican, SkyCell, and DevAir, all those containers that are available in the marketplace. In addition to that, UPS can also purchase packaging for our clients. We can precondition that in our warehouse facilities. And that would be your passive pack outs with dry ice, gel packs, phase change material, and any type of the thermal blankets that are out there in the marketplace.
Great, thank you, Joey. And John, back over to you for this next question. Charters. Can UPS have a dedicated charter? And what are the benefits of having a UPS charter?
Yeah, okay. So charters are quite popular, especially at this time. Through the pandemic, you can look at all sorts of charters, narrow body to wide body. We're here at UPS, we can charter any type of aircraft. The reason being, why would you need a charter? Well, if you look at, again, some of these not so regular serviced countries as far as a commercial airline network is concerned, you may need to get your bulk product into that particular country quite quickly, as opposed to waiting for a once-a-week flight and then having limited space on that particular flight. So the advantages also of having your own charter means that, you control the timings, you control where it goes from, where it goes to, how much product you put on it, what temperature range you put on it, and the temperature of the aircraft. It is your own aircraft, and you can actually you can control everything around that aircraft. So why would you want to use a charter? Well, product launches, vaccine distribution, gets you into those particular countries fast. And once it's in there, you can then do the appropriate ground distribution setup again at your own time.
John, thank you. And I recall the incredible job you and Joey and the rest of the forwarding team did on Project Airbridge. I don't recall how many charters, but there's a lot of them, and amazing work for that and since that point. So, Joey, back over to you for our last question. One UPS from discovery to patient. Can you elaborate? What are the logistics phases?
Certainly. So again, UPS is really has a full scope of services that we can offer, really, to be that full end-to-end supply chain provider, everywhere from transportation to storage to packaging, air, ocean, ground, package, brokerage. We can really offer all those services. Just starting with clinical trials, we purchased Markin several years ago. Really able to handle those clinical trial type shipments, the biological specimens, getting those to labs, handling those shipments, samples, GDP compliant storage available with their shipments, cell gene therapy supply chains. We're able to handle those goods and those products through Markin and through our clinical trials. Raw materials and active ingredients, certainly able to handle those as well, your APIs, and then manufacturing distributors as well. And really, we have a wide portfolio under our freight forwarding services that we can really tailor to meet your needs. We have Cold Chain Plus, which is a pharma service to move goods. It's a cold chain transportation with either active or passive containers that we can move under that service. We have Cold Chain Standard, which we can move passive shipments, really more of a time and transit service to get it there within the pack out. For the dangerous goods, which a lot of the APIs are, we have a cold chain dangerous goods service that we can offer, as well as ocean. So we have an Ocean Saver product that we can offer for both ambient and temperature sensitive ocean shipments. In addition to that, we offer trucking. We have trucking networks in the US, in Europe, in Asia, in Latin America, and certainly can offer cold chain transportation on the ground, as well as the freight forwarding services that we talked about. In addition to that, we have logistics facilities, so we can store the goods, certainly ambient and temperature controlled. The facilities can be built out to meet your needs, and within that, we can pack out your goods. Certainly UPS is capable of providing that packaging and then preconditioning the packaging out the goods to prepare it for that transportation.
Thank you, Joey. John, would you like to elaborate more on the final mile delivery from distributors to our end customers?
Yeah, just really, it's the final mile from what Joey, just following on from Joey's manufacturer moves into the distribution centers, where we can deliver into the direct into the pharmacy where possible, or into a hospital or a surgery, or even to the end patient. We can do this through our small package network in country, through a controlled active distribution, either through a UPS owned and operated, or through one of our partners. We also can offer passive packaging, which gets the goods to the end customer stroke patient through the distribution network. We also have what we call our UPS Premier Gold, which is a critical urgent need package. Through that, you'll have real-time visibility from end to end, priority handling from start to finish, and control protection throughout the network. We look at the milestones, we measure the milestones, and we ensure we get to the patient in the expected timeframes.
Thank you, John. True end-to-end capability. Appreciate you and Joey laying that out for us.
One thing I also would like to add is our brokerage. Not too many people know this, but we are in fact the largest broker globally, where we, or through our integrated network or through our standalone product, we offer the full brokerage import-export services, as well as trade advisory services, which really encompass more complex supply chains or complex entries where needed. Custom documentations, HS codes, etc. That's a service we offer through our consultancy arm, STTAS, which runs in tandem with our whole brokerage unit.
Yeah, thank you, John. That's certainly critical to some of these complex shipments we're talking about. So thank you both to you and Joey for that response. Before we close out, though, feel free to submit additional questions via the chat or QA functions, and we'll respond to those or put you in contact with the proper subject matter expert. Also, please visit our website, ups.com/healthcare, to learn more about how we partner with healthcare companies to develop best-in-class end-to-end solutions. As mentioned during today's session, early on, we wanted to give everyone a peek into some of the innovative solutions and capabilities we constantly execute upon. It's been our pleasure to engage with you today as Joey and John provided their perspective and insight on how we approach customers' unique needs. Thank you.